stippling technique. So I was like, let me give that a go. And lo and behold, I gave it a go. And that's what I got. That's what I came up with. And I'm pretty satisfied with the way it turned out so far. If you guys want me to zoom in at any point, let me know. So. So clouds are like really tricky for me to draw, only because their shape is so amorphous. You know, there are no set rules per se. Only because the amount of factors that go into their shaping number so greatly. You know, it's kind of crazy. I'm no expert in physics or meteorology, so. But I guess I could be, actually. I could become one. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, I have had a decent amount of time to ruminate on like the direction that I wanted to take with this drawing. Oh wow. It's been so long since I've drawn with a fresh pen. I forgot how much different it can be. How much more ink flows. So, if you guys draw, what are some of your favorite things to draw? I, I'm pretty partial to drawing monsters, or just creepy things in general. I'm not entirely sure why. Well, yeah, I'm not entirely sure why, but the quick answer I would have to say is that they're just fun. You know, you can kind of go in any direction with them. There are no rules. They don't have to have, you know, two arms and two legs, one head, you know, or even one torso. They could have like 10 torsos. I think that would be a pretty fun subject to try next time. One of the next drawing. It's a monster with like 10 torsos. That'd be really unwieldy. I imagine that monster would be really clumsy, maybe. I don't know. So it's like, but I would imagine its core strength would be through the roof. Like, they'd be able to do crunches for days. They probably have really good center of gravity too. Well, I guess also it depends on like the kind of legs that they have. Like, what kind of legs would they have? They have like some kind of organic wheel-like structures, or some kind of treading system, similar to like caterpillars, for example. Well, I guess caterpillars don't really have treads, but caterpillars are strange, right? Because usually they have like 4 feet stretched at the extreme ends of their body. So they have the whole body, and they have like the 2 feet, right? And they basically just whip part of their body forward and whip the other half to catch up with the first part of the body. And that's how they move around, and I think that's kind of weird. But like worms though, like earthworms, those are pretty pretty crazy guys. They're entirely made of tubes, or just a single tube. And the way that they move is pretty crazy. They basically consume and then defecate in order to move about. That's that's really crazy, I think. I'm saying crazy a lot. You ever get like stuck on a specific adjective, and then like you become self-conscious about it. You try to stop, but then you can't. So every time you do so, you use that word. You're like cursing yourself for your unoriginality. I remember reading this one book by Stephen King. Well, I wasn't reading it. I was listening to it. It was an audiobook. Sometimes I don't have time to read a book. It's a lot more convenient to just listen to them. By the way, audible.com, if you want to send me, like, if you want to sponsor me, that's cool. I'm down for sponsorship. But yeah, I digress. I was listening to an audiobook for, geez, I can't even remember what the name of the series was called, but it was by Stephen King. And it was like the Gunslinger kind of series or whatever. I forget the name of it. And there was a time where he was stuck on using the word sardonic. And you know what? He used it so often, I honestly couldn't tell what the word meant. And to this day, I still don't know what it means. You know what? I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google it right now. It was like sardonic sky and like sardonic uh, expression, facial expression. Grimly, mocking, or cynical. That makes sense. Well, I mean, unless you're using personification. That's weird. So, I had a nice long day at work, and haven't had anything to eat since before. Well before. So, much to my surprise, pleasantly so, someone cooked dinner. And I didn't even bother asking no questions. I was like, hey, there's food here. Let me get some of that. And I don't know why my camera was freaking out there. Well, I think I know why. It's like I bumped the table, so, and then like the image is fairly static right now. So I turned off the autofocus. So let's see if I can ooh. I guess that's as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, that's good, I suppose. So yeah, I'm having beef and broccoli. Homemade. It's pretty good. Hmm. So yeah, clouds. They're so bumpy. So ephemeral. Majestic and graceful. Kind of like that last bar, that song right there. So I stopped at Target on the way here, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. There's uh, there's almost always a middle-aged woman cashiering. It's never been the same one. It's always been a different one. And maybe they pay employees better at Target, but I've never really known anyone to be able to support a family per se off of working retail. I could be wrong though. I know that I can't do it, but just because I can't do something doesn't mean someone else can't. We all have different opportunities that make things easier or more difficult for ourselves. Huh, that sounds like that Shakira song. Oh man, now it's in my head. God dang it. So, I woke up to a surprise. I hesitate to say if it was good or bad. But basically, I had gotten paid twice at work from two different locations because I've worked at like two different stores this year. But I've
worked at like